Peace, 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 family. Sister Victoria X here, and it is time for our morning reading. Okay. I know that we skipped yesterday. Let me see. Let's move that up. Peace, family. So we skipped yesterday. Um, reading because I just had too much going on, y'all. And so we're gonna go ahead and commence with our morning reading today. And I also wanted to provide a slight update because my schedule has increased. Like the stuff that I have on my list of to-dos on a daily basis is extreme. Okay. And so I'm saying this now because I'm still thinking about what the change will be. But our morning readings will either delay for a little bit, like as far as like maybe not 5 days a week, maybe down to 3 days a week every other day, or for a little bit they will like that will be the ongoing schedule, or we'll just have it for a little bit until the schedule and stuff dies down, and then we'll come back to 5 days a week. But right now I'm not sure 100% that 5 days a week is something that I can maintain. So I wanted to share that with you all just so that you will know. And of course, I have to let you all know that tomorrow is officially the last live Canva class. Peace, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. The last live Canva class. So that means that you will not be able to tap in. You will literally not be able to, ask questions specific to what you want. But we are going to have so much fun. And so if you are someone that has been struggling on how to make content easily, or maybe you've just been trying to deal with Canva and for whatever reason it's just not clicking for you, or you just need to know and learn how to use the templates in Canva to better assist you in making your content, this is definitely the class for you. So please click the link in my bio and click the very first button. I'm telling you, this is the last live class. And as you all know, there's nothing like the live class, okay? Of course, you'll be able to grab the replay for a discounted price up front. That price will increase after. So if you know that, you can't catch it all on the live, go ahead and add the replay to your cart as well. This week will be number 4 of our live transition masterclass, where I'm literally walking you through the transition mindset, obstacles, tools, systems, and schedules that you need to have placed in order to transition into working from home and setting your business foundation so that you can be successful in both. That transition class is still happening for free on Saturday. So if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and click the link in my bio and register for the Transition Masterclass. This is number 4, so we have 2 more. And now we're going to go ahead and get into the reading. Also, those that are on my text list, our number will be changing soon. So if you get a random message from a different number, that is why, because I'm switching over to a different platform that I actually have to learn how to use. However, it's much more efficient to me, and so we'll be switching over. So I won't tell you guys to jump on my text list today, because we'll be switching over within the next couple of days. So we are going to go ahead, like always, we're going to read the chapter first, and then we're going to go ahead and get into the commentary, because I know and understand that everyone doesn't really care about my commentary, so we want to honor those that are just here to read and hear the text. So we are currently on chapter 25 inside of the book, The Law of Recognition by Mike Murdock. Discovering the gifts, opportunities, and relationships that God has already placed in your life. Ephesians 5:15 through 16. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. 25. Recognition of the gift of time. Time is your gift from God. Time is creative. An acorn operates with time and becomes an oak tree. Babies become leaders, affecting millions. I have studied the the biographies of champions for many years. The major difference that I observed between the prosperous and the poor is the valuing of time. When you drive to the ghetto, you will see healthy men and women casually sitting on the steps talking for hours. Garbage is astern everywhere. Disorder is rampant. They have chosen to invest their time in trivia, while the prosperous are working. An incredible illustration comes to my mind. Someone once wrote that a 5-pound bar of iron used 3 different ways creates 3 different levels of income. If you turn the 5-pound bar of iron into horseshoes, the value of the horseshoes would be $20 to $40. If you use the same bar of iron to create needles instead, it might be worth $100 or more. But if you decide to use the 5-pound bar iron to create watch springs, the value of those watch springs would be over $3,000. Time has the same power. Some men use time to create $10. Others do something different with that hour and create $3,000. In my book, Secrets of the Richest Man Who Ever Lived, chapter 17 is one of the most powerful chapters on time you will ever read. I quote, "A major difference exists between the poor, the pauper, and the prosperous. That difference is the management of time. I cannot change your financial worth until I persuade you concerning the value of time. I cannot improve your marriage relationship unless you realize the value of moments of time. I cannot unlock the mystery of uncommon ministry until you are convinced of the value of a simple hour of your time. The rich do not receive more than 24 hours a day. The poor do not receive less than 24 hours a day. Both are given the same gift from God, 24 hours each day. Every morning has received the same amount of time. Every human has received the same amount of time. The difference is how you choose to invest your time." 6 facts you should know about managing your time. Anything significant in your life will require the investment of time. When you hurry, you will increase the mistakes in your life. 2, time invested in preparation will repay you 1,000 times over. That is why years are invested in the designing of a single automobile for long-range financial rewards. Jesus referred to those who took the time to invest in the foundation of a house on a rock were wise. 3, any time you invest in restoration of your energy and physical fitness will produce unforgettable benefits to you. 4, your attitude toward time is revealed every time you make an appointment with someone. Precision communicates your respect for time. Punctuality sends a message. Time matters to me. 5, it is your responsibility to train those around you to respect your time. You do so by respecting your own time as well. Recently, I had to cancel an appointment. When I finally appeared for the appointment the next week, I paid the man for the previous week's appointment too. Integrity required it. 6, successful negotiations will always require the investment of time. Those who overcome the temptation to hurry always control the transaction. 5 tips to make your time count. 1, keep a visual list of your goals before you at all times. It may be your notebook or on the walls of your office. What you see determines what you will pursue. 2, establish a time limit on every appointment. Set your appointment for 10 to 10:20 instead of simply saying, "I will see you around 10. Precision electrifies any environment. 3, Always stay in movement toward your next appointment or goal. Those acquainted with the late President John F. Kennedy stated that every time someone was in his presence, they were conscious that he was moving toward an appointment with someone else. Though he did not appear hurried, he was in movement. This caused those around him to treasure each moment and make that moment count in their communication with him. 4. Mark those who consistently disrespect your time. If they do not respect your time, your wisdom will not be respected either. 5. Develop the habit of looking at your watch often. It educates others regarding the value of your time with them. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Ecclesiastes 3:1. There is a time there for every purpose and for every work. Ecclesiastes 3:17. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Ephesians 5:15-16. Recognition of the miracle gift of time will multiply your productivity, increase your financial worth, and make every moment of relationships more valued. And that is the conclusion of chapter 26, the recognition of the gift of time. Inside of the book, The Law of Recognition by Mike Murdock, discovering the gifts, opportunities, and relationships that God has already placed in your life. Man, the beautiful thing about time, and also the down part about time, is that sometimes because we have been using it for so long, we think that we have this sense of entitlement, as if time is everlasting, as if it's a forever type of thing, but it's really not. And I think that because sometimes we do have that idea in our head, and we do have that thought in our head, that we will find ourselves wasting time, believing that there will be more time later to execute on the things that we would like to pursue in our life. But the truth of the matter is that time is ever fleeting, and it's the one thing that you cannot get back. So even if in your head there was so much time available to do and execute on the things that you want in your life, you still don't get the time back that you've already spent wasting and not executing on the things that you want in your life. So time, you might have more time, but you've also wasted a lot of time that you cannot get back. And as it says right here, everyone has the same 24 hours. It's how you spend those 24 hours that determines, in this case, it was referring to your financial success, right? And then it talks about how the major difference that I observed between the prosperous and the poor is the valuing of time. We tend to get in the habit of allowing people to waste our time by talking about things that don't really matter, that are not moving us forward or toward the things that we want, right? And so when we get on the phone and we want to talk about, the things that are happening and, the news and all that stuff, the truth of the matter is we all know what's happening on some level or not. So to sit and have a full-blown discussion, unless that is your field of expertise and it's going to help you in some way, is a waste of valuable time, because it does not change your day-to-day. It does not move your goal closer to you. It does not do anything that is productive and that is adding to your life. So if we are sitting around having conversations about current events and that has literally nothing to do with moving us closer towards our goal, then it's a waste of time, right? And how we spend our time, just like it says in the text, will determine what our outcome of that time spent is. It reminds me of a conversation or an interview that I had recently with Sister Sheba Muhammad, and we were talking about, and she had mentioned and she had asked me about the intentional, like what does intentional living mean? And we were kind of discussing that, intentional living is like when you are intentionally doing things on a day-to-day, moment-to-moment basis that's moving you closer to whatever your goal is, right? And so when we talk about, and the more important part is that you got to have a goal, which is so funny because I had that discussion with my husband yesterday. But Intentional living is not only being present in a moment, but it's also ensuring that your moments are leading you closer to whatever it is that the goal of what you desire, right? So if talking to a person is not going to move you closer to your goal, or it's not going to have you accomplish any goals that you have on your sheet, then you have to question whether or not it's worth talking to them, right? Sometimes we believe that it's having an ego if you value your time. That's not correct, right? If someone chooses not to value their time and you value yours, that's not ego. That's you being intentional and you being committed to your goals, right? And then it talks about someone once wrote that a 5-pound bar of iron used 3 different ways creates 3 different levels. And it talks about the horseshoe, it talks about the nails, and it talks about the watch springs, right? All 3 of these things was created from the same 5-pound iron bar of iron, sorry. But all of them yielded something of different value. So where are you investing your time, and how is that leading you closer to what you say that you want? If you are watching TV, if you're spending most of your time watching TV, you can't say that you have a goal that you're trying to achieve. I would literally sit up all day. I mean, I was also kind of depressed, but that aside, I would literally sit up all day and watch TV. Whether it be on Netflix on the TV, on the computer, or Netflix on my phone, I was sitting up all day watching it. Wa alaikum salam, Sister Naomi. Right? So can we truly say that we have a goal that we want to accomplish, that we want to achieve, that we would like to fulfill within our next however many times you set your goal, whatever the time frame is. If we're spending most of our time watching someone else get rich, or watching someone else pursue their dream, or watching someone else fulfill whatever it is that they desire to fulfill by getting in these shows, getting on these Netflix, sitcoms and things like that. You're literally watching someone fulfill their dreams while you deny yourself yours. Then it talks about the differences how you choose to invest your time. 6 facts you should know about managing your time. Anything significant in your life will require the investment of time. Wa alaikum salam, Sister Taylor. So I question, let me see. Any time you invest in restoration of your energy and physical fitness will produce unforgettable benefits to you. And this is something that I struggle with, not because I don't be trying to, right? But I know that it has to be steps, right, to the physical fitness of it all, right? You don't have to start out being the best person in the gym. All you have to do is to start out. That's the most important part. Because you'll notice that walaikum salam, Sister Shante, you'll notice that over time, your endurance increases. Your ability to do more increases, right? And so it's not important that you start off being the best person in the gym. It's just important that you start. If that means you walking Sister Marianne, if that means that you walking up and down the stairs a couple times a day, that's a start, right? If that means that you're being more intentional about, going to get stuff that's further away instead of asking your children, that's a start, right? Because the intention is there. And then it goes into, it is your responsibility to train those around you to respect your time. No matter who they are, family, friends, no matter what, you have to teach people how to treat you. That's why I tell those that are in business or transitioning into business, stop having business conversations inside of your inbox. Stop having business conversations inside of your DM. Train them how to teach you, how to treat you. Because once your business blows up, if that's your true intention, if that's your true goal, if that's what you're truly working for, you won't have time to be sitting in the DMs having conversations back and forth with people. You send them to your email, right? And so you have to teach people how to treat you, how to respect your time. The same thing with those family members that have so much negativity to talk about when it comes to what you believe, to what you do, to who you share your time and space with. If that's all they want to talk about, teach them to respect your time and let them know, I have to go. I have something else that I need to do if this is what we're going to talk about. And you have to say that to let them know that I'm not just getting off because I want to get off. I'm getting off because I have something else better to do with my time. And yes, they're going to have attitude, and some of them you might just have to hang up on. But you have to teach them how to treat you, how to respect your time by first respecting your own time. And then it goes into talking about 5 tips in making your time count. Keep a visual list of your goals before you at all times. Intentionally keeping track of your time, right? It goes back to what I was saying before. I've said before that transitioning into working from home, the biggest transition part is the mental part of it, right? The self-accountability. Because when you're at home and you're with your children, you're with your family, there are certain things that your sight holds you accountable to. Meaning that if you see that your kitchen is dirty, you will clean it. Not because you just happen to be like, oh, I need to clean my kitchen, but you see that it's dirty. In business, it's not the same, right? You literally have to have it already on your mind or have some system or whatever in place for you to remember those type of things. So this is essential. Keep a visual list of your goals before you at all times, because sight brings awareness. If you just have your goals and your intentions in your goal book or your notebook, then the only time you will see them is when you intend to open them and see them, which means that on a day-to-day basis, you don't know, you're not as cognizant of what those goals are. So it'll be easier for you to find yourself spending time on things that are not getting you closer to them because it's not on the forefront of your mind. So if you gotta use sticky notes, if you gotta laminate some paper and put it on your wall, if you gotta write it on your whiteboard, they need to be visual in your life. And I'm taking note of that for myself because I need to do that. 3, always stay in movement towards your next appointment or goal. Mark those who consistently disrespect your time. They gotta go. They have to go. Consistently waste your time. That means every time Sister Naomi, don't get on me because I'm not wasting your time. I'm gonna say this because I mean it, but this does not apply. If every time you set an appointment, they got something else to do or they can't meet that appointment, they gotta go. Because that is, I don't want to say intentional waste of your time, but something in their subconscious tells them that whatever y'all got to keep meeting about is not important. So if you keep having to reschedule with somebody or whatever the case may be, you need to consider if it's like, okay, that's unavoidable. They need to take care of that, or if they're just telling you something and not giving you an explanation for that. And then it says, recognition of the miracle gift of time will multiply your productivity, increase your financial worth, and make every moment of relationship more valued. So I challenge us to be more intentional with our time, more intentional with our living, more intentional with the people that we give access to us, which we end up spending our times with. What are they encouraging you to do? How are they changing your life? How are they improving your life? Because time is the one thing that we can't get back, and we cannot afford to waste it away. So be intentional about your time. Be intentional about who you spend your time with. And that is the conclusion of this today's chapter. If you've made it this far, please hit hashtag in the replay. I appreciate you. Please share this and tag your friends. And I made a slight announcement earlier about the morning readings, and I'm just going to repeat it again here on the back end. My schedule has gotten significantly busier. So, I'm going to be transitioning the morning reads to maybe, I think, 3 times a week for a little bit. And if my schedule dies down, then we'll go back to 5 times a week. But right now, I don't know if I can maintain this and still take care of myself and get all the things that I need to do done. So if you would like to get notified when I go live, text Healthy Hue, all caps, no space, to 77948, and know that I will be texting you from a different number because I'm switching text platforms right now. But I am going to give that to you because if you would like to get notified when I go live, because inshallah, I will continue to go live in the mornings. And if you would like to know when I'm going live, then it's important that you get on that text list. Do not forget to sign up. And also, I'm sending out a discount code for the Canva Masterclass, I think today, to the text list. So if that's something that you're interested in and you want to get in on that Canva Masterclass, please text Healthy Hue, all caps, no space, to 77948 so that you can get access to that discount. And click the link in my bio to sign up for tomorrow's Canvas class and Saturday's transition class. The Canva class is not free, but the transition class is. So if you're interested in learning how to create content, how to use Canva, how to move, how to convert templates to fit your brand, how to quickly create content using the different elements inside of Canva. Can you repeat the number for the morning readings? Yes, ma'am. If you look up at the top of the graphic I have, it's Healthy Hue, HEALTHYHUE, and to 77948. And so I look forward to checking in with you all. We are literally wrapping up this book. If y'all can see, we have a few more chapters left, which I'm excited about, and then we'll get into our next book. But I will speak to you all soon. Peace.